Alright, so in today's video I'm going to be taking a couple pages out of other reptile breeders who do YouTube and make a video on what is for sale. Sorry, I clickbaited you into the people that don't like me, and see this getting all excited thinking I'm finally leaving. Sorry, I'm here till I die, you little fuck. Now back to our regular schedule program, roll the intro.
Now, y'all got your funny little story for the intro, you got your intro, but I'm making this video because I'm a reptile breeder. There are things that need to be moved, things that need to be sold, because there are things that need to be moved. Or why, you're asking yourself. Why do things need to be moved? Money. But in reality, what's going on is I want to be able to sell these animals, make someone happy, and on top of that, I have money, which means, guess what? Brand new projects. There's a couple projects I'm trying to start. Cannot speak on them at this moment, sadly, but I'll say this, I like them. But, that requires animals to be moved and hopefully people enjoying them, which I think they would if they're buying an animal for hundreds of dollars. At least I hope so. I met some weird folks before. Anyways, let's go talk about our first one we're going to be going over. But guys, as you know, I do a lot with Cuban false chameleons, and I am currently and always going to end up breeding them unless, I don't know, I got bored one day and I just said, hey, let's not breed y'all for a year and we'll breed y'all next year. But as you know, I do a lot with my Cubans and I have some pretty cool babies. Now, I typically will always have a handful of babies on me, but right now I only have 2 babies for sale and at a pretty high age, which is weird because I typically sell them at 2 months old, but these guys are 5 months old. Why is that? It's because when I would vend expos, I always wanted something a little older just so people can see, and the expo season is going to come to a halt for a bit anyway with all the storms and the coldness and winter and all that fun stuff, so they don't have a need to be here and they can go back to being public for the online market. Now I am selling each of these individual, there are 2 total, for 100 a pop, right guys, right? 100 pop male, which is pretty good because people are starting to charge about $150 for these lovely guys. I haven't raised my prices yet, so get them before they go up. And shipping is typically going to be $60. Let's go. But on top of that, these guys make amazing pets. They're super easy to care for, really fun, really interactive. They're always out doing something or out with you. What are you doing, Leechy? But these guys are going to be out, they're going to be hanging out, they're going to be running around, they're going to be wanting food from you. They both tongue feed. They'll eat super worms if you cut them up, mostly mealworms if you're doing that. Crickets is obviously the better food option along with roaches. If you can find a healthy source of snails, you did it. But they'll also nab on some canned snails here and there. Pretty cool animals. These guys are drinking, they're eating, well, I made them. They're pretty cool guys. Anyways, let's go talk about the next thing. I'll be liking the sweater thing. It's actually getting a little cold here in Texas, so I bought my first winter attire so I don't get chilly outside. As the children would say, it is very cutesy and demure. Now, we're actually going to get here and get into the thick of it of what we're talking about. Now, this is a or I like to call them little Saras. That's what a lot of people call them. But as you see, there's little spots on him. Now, what is the main thing going on with these guys? These are another gecko from New Caledonia. But this is also a gecko from New Caledonia. Pretty much cool guys. The main appeal with these guys is obviously that there's something different from a crested gecko, but still being very similar in care to a crested gecko. Now, as you just saw, the big thing about them is that when it comes to breeding these guys, the most desirable trait is that white collar on their back and spots. Now, preferably and more commonly, people are going to aim for 6 spots, typically 2 here, here, here. Typically, you won't see them here, or they'll end around here. Now, he doesn't have his biggest spots up here, but they're noticeable, and then he also has, well, 6 other spots that go down his back, and some interesting tail stuff. But he's a really cool gecko, really sick, and I'm doing a surprisingly good deal on this. I'm gonna hate saying this out here, but I'm selling this little bugger for $600. Now, why? Whoa, you hear that and you're like, whoa, brother, 600, you said a good deal. It's because actually, you know how much he was on the table for? $1,200. 1, 2, That's how much this little bugger was. So it's like, Cameron, how do you get him and manage to sell him for 600? That doesn't sound like you're being a smart person. Well, that's because I did a trade. What did I trade? Now, as you know, I did breed my chameleon geckos, and there are some new anoles. They're coming, and there's going to be a video on it relatively soon. To make the money for that and essentially make back the large sum of money I spent, I said, let's sell something that I'm not going to be as passionate towards versus my anoles, and try to get them to a local guy or just somebody I know so I can buy back babies or just buy the pair later on. But found a guy at the show, right behind me actually at the booth. He's like, I have these, let's trade. I need more blood. And I'm like, cool. What do you want to try? I have these. And I'm like, you're bullshitting. He's like, no, take one. I said, oh, okay, cool. And this is how we have this little bugger. Buy it before I say, you know, screw it, and I end up buying myself a female and keeping her and breeding them. And I will not be fair with the prices if that happens. I'm gonna say it now. But these are super cool. You need to feel them in person. They are like socks, or they're like clouds. Adorable little guys. Diet's the same, care's the same. I give him UVB though. I know it's not like mandatory with them, but I choose to. And he's surprisingly calm, you know? Hey guys, so where is this part of the video doing? There isn't an animal in my hand, and I haven't made a remark about some lizard yet. It's because this part isn't about me selling something, except me selling you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Why is that? That's because I post content every Monday at 2, guys. And as you know, they're extremely high quality edited. Now that that joke's over, you guys should really consider subbing to my channel. Why is that? Well, all the stuff I listed before. Share this video with a friend, like, sub, dislike it, and I don't know, do whatever you want to the video. You know, calm down, guys, and just have fun. You know, end of the little bit, let's talk about something else. He's a little bit more compliant with this because I fed him just now. But as you know, this is essentially a baby version of what's always behind me, Anolis lutoglaris. Now, he's typically more of a bright emerald green where the gray on his face is a lot more white, but there's also a female in there. So what am I doing? Well, I'm selling a baby pair. They're not so much babies. This is actually a 5-month-ish individual along with the female. And pretty much what this is a lovely opportunity for anybody to want to speed up their process of getting a pair at home and all this and that. Super cool guys. Preferably, I'd like them to go as a pair, but I'm very much down to split on my cost per individual is $325 USD, blah, 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 blah. But if you buy the pair, 600, you know, the shipping ads, all the fun stuff. But they're a really fun species. Out of all the crown giants, these are going to be your guys more likely, here, come on, buddy, more likely to chill out and want to hang out a little bit more, if that makes sense. Not exactly out the box. They're not exactly the chillest pair, but if you sit down and you're like, hey, buddy, here's food, 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 you can have results like what you're about to be seeing on the screen, where, you know, they're eating out your hand, they're able to come out of the cage in these scenarios a lot more willingly, they're going to be a lot more fun to work with. Super intelligent species, super underrated, and not many people have them or are working with them at this current moment. So why not get yourself some Anolis lutoglaris? I love them, and they're super fun. I'm going to put him back in his cage. We're going to talk about one of the last couple things I'm selling. Hey guys, so last one isn't in my hand, so editing Cameron gets to have a lot of fun. But what am I selling now? Now, if you watch the video where I've essentially sent a couple these, ooh, only if y'all know. A lot of money, over $1,000. $1,000 is what I said because it makes more sense and it sounds better in the YouTube video. But you know, I got myself a pair of long snout or Anolis. I can't pronounce that scientific name. Humble me in the comment section, someone, please. Please, someone humble me. I would love to actually know how to say their name. You're like, Cameron, Royal Anolis, whatever you're gonna call me, the curly-haired guy. Why are you selling something you just bought? Are you a flipper. Well, in this case, I guess you can kind of say I am in this scenario, but hear me out, guys, hear me out. I'm gonna be throwing a decent deal on it. You know, I'm gonna probably be selling him for like 180 plus shipping. You know, they're typically going like 225, so you're gonna save yourself a pretty penny. Fun way to get yourself into a project, and whoever buys him, you'll be the first on the list to actually buy a baby from me, or wait till I have a female available. Why? How am I doing that if I'm selling the male? Well, you have to pay for your own stupid financial decisions somehow, and that's because I bought myself an adult pair. I love it. I'm really excited, guys. I bought myself an adult pair ready to breed. They're gonna probably be here the time this video comes out, and I'm super excited. As you know in that video, they're one of my favorite species, and to have a grow up here, magical. Now to have a super duper cool adult pair, almost ready to breed, I mean, my bad English, is just a different experience. I'm super excited, and whoever buys that guy, you're gonna be first in line to get yourself a female, or as of posting this video, there's a female on Morph Market at market value from a guy I know. Cool dude, cool guy. It's up there, but it's market value. Cool female, he don't have any males. I asked. But either way, super cool thing going up, and I hope someone buys it because we need some more people working with them.